Hello listeners and viewers, today we are listening to the 1985 post-punk classic that is Scraping Foetus Off the Wheel's Nail. Already a name and a title that springs to mind some imagery you probably don't want, but that's exactly what Jim would want. Firstly, I want to talk about the artwork for Nail because it is completely devoid of any nails, so scores go down for that one. No, actually, I love this cover. Foetus, Jim Thirlwell, has always maintained a red, white, black, sometimes yellow aesthetic to his artwork across all of his albums. The cover obviously is very striking, and with the moniker of Scraping Foetus Off the Wheel, it definitely gets a response from anyone that will look at it as well. Anyway, the main reason you probably wanted to watch this video is to hear what Nail is like. Generally speaking, it falls in the industrial rock genre. However, that's the last time I'm going to use the I word. It has been noted that Jim Thirlwell, the creative genius behind Foetus, despises hearing the term, so I'm not going to use that. And really, the album leeches off of a whole heap of different genres, so it's a completely unique listen. When I first heard the album, I hated it. Something was too inconsistent, it was foreign to me, but I decided to persist, and the hooks on this album just become absolute earworms from time to time. I'm going to go through Nail track by track. And so starting off with Theme from Pigdom Come is a pure example of anthemic soundtrack music, and it sets this dramatic tone and atmosphere for the rest of the record. Throne of Agony then sees Jim busting his voice from the outset, making sure that you're ready to succumb to his music.
I root my body from the throne of agony. My conscience is lagging me. Clock up another track, he out of me. Stab another dagger in the back of me.
And then Pixwell has this refrain that goes through it that, of course, is not going to be for everyone's liking. Now, make of it what you will, but I take this song to be a bit more of an ultimate breakup song from a complete psychopath. For example, shark fins slashing at the mission rails, salty liquid dyed and rusty nails, shark bit and snake's teeth, crawling with maggots and grimy gold leaf, the bladder and bowels of poverty for a roving cataract to see, 5 years without an anchor, suitcase full of contraband, making a virtue out of sin, siphoning the sea of the damned, thou shalt not stick it out if you ain't gonna share it. So, yeah, pretty angry, pretty obvious where he's coming from with that. The next trio of songs are probably my favourite on Nail: Descent into the Inferno, Enter the Exterminator, and DI19026. All delve into this catchiness of the album that I spoke about earlier in the video. Descent seems to be the single that would be lifted from the album if you wanted to give the album a single.
Stiff one and make it a double. I don't know when I've had enough, but I've never had.
It gives you vibes of big band, pop, punk, all rolled into this playful little package, still tinged with this mirth and anger that Jim seems to bring. Exterminator leads into the scraping metal and whispered vocals beautifully to give you an uneasiness straight away within it, and leads perfectly into DI19026. Which, if you're not sure, that relates to the crazed life of Charles Manson. And once again, the refrain from this song will just be stuck in your head for days. Overture of Pigdom Come returns back to the theme at the beginning, so it continues this cinematic tone that has been a little bit present throughout, probably lost on the last couple of tracks. Private War is another instrumental track that comes back to the experimentation of this album, allowing us to have a bit of a break before the finale. So this finale we get is Anything, parentheses, Viva, exclamation mark, parentheses. And talking of climaxes, Jim doesn't back down from the beginning.
It takes two to tangle, it takes one to come. Some things are better left unsaid, like a pound of protection beats an ounce of lead.
There's not much to read into that one. Anything Viva seems to combine everything that Nail has provided before. Metal scraping, smashing guitars, guttural vocals, only the things that Jim can actually possess. Nail is insanely aggressive in tone and in lyrics, but it is tinged with maybe a morbid playfulness for some people. Reminds me a little bit of the Cramps there and a bit of the Birthday Party as well. It's the fourth album from this one-man band that is Foetus. Jim Thirlwell was in his mid-20s when he created this album, and alongside his own Andy's output, Jim also can be seen in the credits of many other releases over that time period. He's not stopping either. Jim has worked on soundtracks for different TV shows and films, most notably TV-wise the FX series Archer. He's been the composer since season 7, and before that he was the composer for the Cartoon Network series Venture Bros. Jim is one of my music idols, so it's probably pretty obvious from this video that I'm not finished talking about him yet. His music is going to pop up again. I mean, he's collaborated with a lot of people as well, involved in many artistic adventures, so you will hear Jim Thirlwell's name used again. Give Nail a listen, or maybe 3. If you want to get into the music of Foetus and maybe you're thinking Nail isn't the best way to start, maybe start with something like Love or Flow, if you want to ease yourself into that Foetus realm. Otherwise, start from the beginning, start from Def, as he was. You've got Foetus on Your Breath. Interesting title again. Start from there, work your way through. It's an interesting ride. I highly recommend him for anyone that loves different experimental, I'm not going to use the I word, different music. I'm Brad from Offcut Media. Hope you give Nail a try. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. If you want to hear more music, more movies, more other strange things that are out there as well. We'll talk later.
And so on. Is the image in danger of being bigger than the music?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there is no image. It's just the music. The music is pure.